Well, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, and all you others. I should actually say good evening, good night, good day, good afternoon. Depends on where you are, of course. And hello, everyone. Welcome to day 24 of the Icelandic volcano eruption. And very happy to be here. I noticed some interesting heavy activity happening out of Bob this afternoon, so I thought I'd be looking at that a little bit more. But we will be going around and covering all of the good things, like our view of all four hotspots, and we see some nice flow coming down the right side there from flow. So flow from flow, which is really cool. Anyway, I just want to say hello to everyone. Zho99, welcome. Barry, welcome back. Let's see who else is in here. Old Nick is in here. Great to see you again. And I'm not going to try to pronounce that. I'm probably going to mispronounce it, so I won't say it, Nick. Ryan, Renell, welcome back again as well. Oh, you got an extra R in there. You're trying to confuse me, Barry. Gelding Gadarla. Gadarlar, Lear. However it ends. Anyway, but you do have an extra R in there. You got Gardalir, and it should be Gadalir. Just so we have it right. But anyway, that's all right. It doesn't matter. I have extra letters here too, so if you want a couple. Bless you, Gary or Barry. He's just giving away free letters, you know. I'm still trying to figure out how the actual letter R, if it's pronounced as an R in Icelandic, or is it a different pronunciation? And I should actually test that out later. And because I typed this Gelding Gadalish into Google, and that's what Google said. So that it's Gadalish at the back end. Maybe Google's wrong. I don't know. Anyway, I'm not going to worry about that part, but thank you all for joining. Just going through the cameras. Here's another beautiful shot, and that's coming, I guess, right in the middle of everything. I think this was from our shaky cam from before. But beautiful view of this, so we can just have a nice look at it for a little while, and then we'll move back to the other ones. And for those who are joining us, you're probably going, okay, well, who the heck are you? My name is well, I call myself DrFox2000, or Doc for short. I am just a guy who loves streaming. I'm an amateur geologist, as well as a prospector of sorts. Go out digging for gold and things like that. My interest in volcanoes, other than the physical aspect of watching the neat fireworks and flows going all over and rejuvenating the land. That's not entirely what I go for. The other part is old extinct volcanoes, and this is where my prospecting comes into play. Digging through old kimberlites, looking for the elusive big core of. Usually, when you find big cores of quartz. you'll find gold within that quartz. So that's what I'm after. That's kind of what I've looked at before. I also do have a little bit of an interest in plate tectonics and how the planet renews itself every few million years, depending on which landmass it is and things like that. Anyway, I do notice though that the like button is only sitting at 1. If a few of you might want to hit that button for me, that would be really good. Get it up there at least to 3 or 4 and make me feel a little bit better. What else we got going on here? Stream working? Is my audio good enough tonight? Give me a thumbs up if you were too. Okay, Zion. Ziho. Sorry, not Zion. Ziho. Thank you. Whatever happened to the Hawaii volcano? It's still rumbling, but nowhere near as like what it was. The one that was filling up the caldera. I don't know if it actually did fill up the caldera. I haven't checked back for a while. It got pretty mundane there for a bit. And I lost a little bit of interest and didn't have too much time to keep peeking at it. So actually, I will put that on my list of things to do, is find out what's going in Hawaii. The other thing I did not have a chance to do is to find out what is happening with La Soufrière out on St. Vincent Island, St. Vincent. I haven't heard or seen anything new from there, and well, basically because I've been working all day. I do work full time, have my own occupation. I work for a company that, so I am busy, in demand, that kind of thing. So anyway, audio is good. Thanks, Ziho, appreciate that. Doesn't sound like Donald Duck or anything like that. I'm glad you guys could all join us here. And we'll flip through the other views. So, looking mighty hot on a couple of them. I didn't get any daytime footage other than the first thumbnail that I grabbed, but it didn't turn out as well as I wanted to, and I had to grab another one tonight here. And let's see. And we're still in effect with the danger zone. That's still cordoned off, so that should be good. And again, what we were looking at, if we zoom in a little larger on that map, and I think today I will or might be able to draw on here if I have it set correctly. Yes, I do. And so what we will do is kind of name what's going on here so you can see. Whoop. Okay. There's our Bob and Bob Jr. right beside each other. And here we'll put Sif over here. Okay. And then the next spot will be, I guess they called it Ulf. I don't know if there's a new name for it, but that's what we're sticking to for now, because I don't know any better. And in the back here we have flow at the top end. Okay, so basic directions. This lava is flowing this way. and sometimes it'll flow in that little crack. Sif, on the other hand, I think from one side could have been flowing that way, and then also it was flowing this way. So that kind of gives you a little bit of an idea, and of course Bob and Bob Jr. are still pouring it out. Now you can see right now on the edge of the valley there, what used to be the edge. It looks like it's somewhere around here, this area. You can actually see a flow happening, and the area that I'm referring to is on the side. You'll see that in a second as soon as it gets up on the screen here. So there we go. Okay. Yes, it looks like it's hot for sure. So I am a little concerned. Anyway, one of the things I did notice is my bit rate is like a yo-yo again today, and I apologize for that. Still working on trying to get things running a little bit better, and probably will have a little bit more time tomorrow to perhaps make a phone call to try to see if we can smooth things out a little bit more. And yes, it definitely does look hot. Although I'm really liking some of these other views right now. I guess this was our shaky cam from before, and again on here, if we go to the whiteboard, so we got Bob over on this end. Bob and Sif in the middle here, and this is Wolf. Whoop, we need an L in there. Wolf and Flo, and Flo is flowing good tonight from the looks of things. Still doesn't look like it's as much output as we were getting when it was originally started up there, but and it looks like it's possibly flowing out of Wolf in this direction, causing more flow down on the other side here. And our friend Sif here, I don't know, looks like he's got a little bit of fire in there, but he's probably just keeps on wanting to build his little cone. So it's very interesting stuff, and I'll clear that real quick and let you just look at the good scenery. I'm going to take a couple seconds here for taking a drink. Be right back. Okay, I figured I'd pop back in here and keep it going. Anyway, it's been a very interesting day, and I do like the scenery on the screen. So I don't know what it is about, when you see these long flows, it really is interesting to see that. Definitely creates some patterns and things like that, and I don't know. For me, that looks cool. Even though it's hot, it looks cool. There's quite a bit of lava spurting out the side of Flow on the right-hand side of Flow. Maybe we'll get another another stringer of lava coming down here and be able to see that as well. So who else has joined us? Gary, hey, welcome. Also Daisy showed up, welcome back. And don't know who else is here. We have a whole bunch of people watching. If you like what you're seeing, guys, by all means, please hit that like button. It helps me out. And if you like the type of content that you're seeing, please do subscribe if you want to see a little bit more of it. I'm not obligated to, but that's there. Also, do have the super chat turned on. I'm not asking for any donations of any type. It's just sometimes some people like using the stickers because that's a little bit of fun in the channel. Just so you know, that is active, but by no means do you need to be using that. So total up to you. And I'll say welcome to, or welcome back to LR's, or RLC. There, I got it. Oh, it took a little bit. And also, welcome back to Jolie. Nice to have you back here. Tim, welcome. Tim from Calgary. Oh my God, he's down in Cowtown. Tim, yeah, I don't know if you know where I am. I'm actually located in Edmonton. But then again, you may have known that already if you were paying attention earlier. Anyway, glad you could join us, even if you are, one of those Calgarian guys. And I used to live in Calgary for about a year, so I do know what it's like down there. It's not a bad city. It's grown just as much as Edmonton has over the past 30 or 40 years. It's gotten a lot bigger, so pretty cool. Stitched together another upload. Lava danger zone. How do I? Oh, you did. Yeah, you did you? Okay. Well, let's do that, and if you want. Oh. Did you have my, no, you didn't have my email, but is it on online, or where is it located, RLC? I gave you a mod there. If it's a link, just go ahead and post the link and I'll work with that from there. Okay, no, flow is flowing into the other valley, into hang on, I'll get it, Maradalish, to the northeast. That is what this flow is that we see on the screen now. That's where this is heading. Down up in the front here, so it does a couple squiggles around the corners. Let's see if I can illustrate that with here. I still had that going. Let me clear that off and kind of give you what's going on here. So that flow is coming down somewhere like this, right? And I'm not sure exactly where it's stopping. It could be about here or here. Okay, then, okay, we'll remove that, and, okay. You want to write this down real quick? I'll put it on the screen and then write it down, and I'll take it off there, okay? Okay, go ahead, RLC. You see that, and just scribble it down, and away you go. I don't mind nice emails. It all works. So tell me when you got it. Okay, there we go. So, whoop, I clicked the wrong one. Oh, darn. It's okay. We didn't need to see your message anyway. It's okay. Anyway, so I had to put the map up there. Getting back to this for a second. I hope that kind of clarifies where this thing is sort of flowing right now. From what we see, the squiggle lines. Like I say, I'm not 100% sure where the end of that line is right now, but somewhere between the two lines there, roughly. Okay, so that is coming to this side now. What could also be happening is, and I am well, basically, if we're looking at this map here. Basically, I call it one long fissure with several openings. Okay, the first fissure was along here, was about this long, and then it created this guy and is now creating this guy. So this was flow over here at the top end, right? And then you got Ulf. Whoop, that's not a very good So Ulf had developed afterwards, just recently, but Sif was the next one, and that was further down. Now, the thing was that whole string up there, the original area up here, when it was all smoking when things were starting to happen there. So. It's kind of like, what do you do with it, right? So that was the entire the danger zone outlined in red there. Anyway, we'll go back to the flow here, and you can see where that's coming down that hill when I was referring to. New direction, honestly, lava going over the ridge to the opposite of, okay. So it's going over on the other side. So if it's on the back side of this particular view, Andrew, then that would make sense. If I go back to the map, the closer in map, so what you're saying is, now that this is built up, this is flowing this way as well? In this direction, if that's correct. Okay, so yeah, all right, that does make sense. So we've got two directional of flow. See, what I was wondering was what was going to happen in the top end here, because this isn't that high up there. And if we go back to I'm going to clear this one first before I do that, and go back to the other wider shot of that. This is basically a plateau on the top here. If it's just going to keep flowing back in towards moved 180. Let's see, why are we not switching yet? Oh, we're dropping bit rates again here, guys. My apologies. It's coming back up. There it comes. I gotta really fight with these guys to find out why it's going. It's not on my end here. It's something with the I think my local distribution hub or something that they have down the street somewhere here is not working as well as it could. Seems every time it gets wet, it starts acting up. So hopefully we're in a little bit better shape now and it's not buffering anymore. It says the bit rate is back to normal, so we should be all right. Let's see. Hi again, DrFox2000. Nice to see you. Yeah, nice to see you too. Sega Master. Is it Michael or Michael or Michelle? Is it Michael, right? I think it's Michael. Sage Master. Okay. Anyway, looking at the flows though, hey, this is pretty cool for tonight. And this one is progressing and getting a little bit further. Okay, Mike. Okay, yeah, Michael, Mike. Okay. Problem that I have, Mike, is I look at it and I read it, and then I think it's in German. And in German, it's Michael. And it gets twisted around. So I gotta think about it that way. Anyway, it's all good. It's all good. And welcome back. An ice day. We had our ice day on Saturday, and it's still in the process of melting. So we're hoping it continues to melt. Actually, they're saying by the weekend here, we might even get up to 15 degrees Celsius, or about 60 Fahrenheit, which really, really would be nice. But let's see. I was going to go check an email here real quick and see if something came through. Oh, yeah, something came through. It tells me I'm live on YouTube. That's very good. RLC, were you able to send that, or you're still working on it? I'm assuming maybe. Welcome back, Sheila. Good to have you here. Andrew Jackson wanted to say yes, welcome back. Who else? Tony Sachs, welcome back. So okay, let's see what else we got here. I hope I didn't accidentally, no, I deleted that message. I didn't block them, so I have to watch out for that. I don't want to intentionally block anyone that or ban them for accidentally, although it can happen, right? So we try to be nice to people. Anyway, beautiful view of the flow, and I think it's fantastic. Careful not to harm Bob in any way, or the Iceland authorities will charge you with basalt. Oh. You don't want to get charged with basalt, because you know what they're going to do to you. They're going to make you jump into that volcano. You will become a sacrifice. Oh, too much fun. Actually, I don't know what the what your crime if you're found guilty of basalts. What do you get? A little bit of fun, I guess. Anyway, let's pop back to the other views here. And she's looking pretty. We're getting some good flow off of flow, and flow is flowing on both sides now, I guess. Really neat. Actually, when I was looking at Bob earlier, when you say that Bob looks agitated, actually, I think Bob has cranked up the juice a bit. Like, seriously. Um, Honestly, I think the output earlier today, to me, it looked like there was more coming out. And I was watching, the Bob output, and not Bob Jr., but Bob himself, and there were some pretty big splooshes coming out of there. Like everything in front looked like it was all covered in lava every time it did it, and I thought, holy mackerel, that's really hitting it with a hammer there. So I thought that was cool. Tyrell, welcome. Um, I still don't know. I haven't heard anything about the flow rate there, Mike. Sorry. Um, I, with today it acting up, I'm thinking we're 6 or 7 cubic meters just coming from Bob. So I don't know if that's factual or not, but it just looks like it cranked it up a little bit today. Terrell, Dr. Frog says someone found gold, silver, platinum in the volcanic rock. No, no, they haven't. And this type of stuff is not really gold or silver or platinum type of richness in here. It's between 80 and 82% silica, and they say 12 to 15% iron, and the rest is a mixed bag. Mind you, this is coming from down deep in the mantle, or rather than picking up, too much other stuff along the way. There wasn't a build-up underneath there. It's just vents coming straight up from way down, 15 to 20 kilometers down below the surface. So as far as looking at gold and things like that, gold typically is something that you're going to find more in vents that are in the process of cooling. Your quartz will start to coagulate at about 600 degrees Celsius. And that's kind of the turning point where gold will try to associate itself real quick with its fellow gold, and it has a tendency to be able to flow together at that point. Now, if it is within that quartz, as the quartz cools down, it gets trapped in layers inside there, while it's trying to meet itself, kind of thing, with its neighbor gold molecules, which is all happy, and even though they may not all make it together before it cools too much, but that's kind of where the gold usually comes into play. To be able to get any volume out of it, right? Now, I'm going to turn around and also qualify that the rest of it probably has a very, very small percentage of gold in it, because gold is pretty much, if you want gold, there's billions and billions of dollars worth of gold on this planet that is just laying out there in the fields and sand piles and wherever, but it's so minuscule that it's like the old thing of, if you pick up a penny, 1 penny at a time, nowadays a penny isn't worth as much anymore. So it's almost a futile effort. You can only pick up, say, 2,000 or 3,000 pennies in a day, and that's not enough to live on, kind of thing. So it's the same thing as trying to find those little specks of gold. And this is why prospectors like me go to places where that gold is concentrated, right? And that's what we try to do. So anyway, I'm rambling on about gold. I shouldn't do that. Um, Thank you, Doctor. Okay, I never left. All right, let's see. First degree basalt gets you a life breaking rocks in prison. Oh my God. Oh, first degree basalt. What if it's second degree basalt? And good evening, Trev Lyon. Thanks for joining us. Thank you all for joining us. Just so you know who I am, I'm DrFox2000. People call me Doc. I am an amateur geologist, if you will. I'm a prospector. I go out looking for things like gold, and interest, of course, is in extinct volcanoes more so because that's where you're going to find the gold. This hot stuff here is a little bit too hard to work with, the stuff we see on the screen. Um, anyway, that's just so you know who I am. And I don't claim to be an expert on volcanoes or anything like that. So I can answer a lot of questions, but I can't answer all the questions. So hopefully we'll be able to hunt somebody down if it's something that I don't know about, and we'll get you answers that way. Now, if bury a Twinkie with lava, I think that might be a fossil down the road. Do Twinkies burn? That is the question. And yes, please smash that thumb thingy. I see it's sitting at 19, and we got like 87 people in the chat or something like that. If you guys are liking or enjoying what you're seeing, please, by all means, hit that thumbs up and give me a little bit more chance to get some credits up there and get a few more people in the channel. We'll throw back on one of the other cameras here. Beautiful sights tonight with the streaking lava coming out of there, and I really do like seeing that. That's awesome. Anyway, I'm going to take another little voice break, guys, and I see a few of you hit that like button. Thank you. Appreciate it. And I'll be back in about 5 minutes. So hang tight. Don't go anywhere. The quartz always forms on all forms of basalts. Already smashed that thumb. Okay. Yes. But the quartz needs something when it's forming. Status quo. If the material for the quartz doesn't have the right amount of, and it needs some, basically H2O in there from somewhere. And I don't know if that's what really helps it along, but in the cooling process, it off gases quite a bit of oxygen and hydrogen, and usually in the forms of water, and evaporates into steam some more, right? So and that in part helps the gold coagulate and seep into those flat seams and things like that. But we'll yak about that a little bit more when I come back. Need to take a few minute break here. Thanks, guys. I'll be back in about 5 minutes. Okay, guys, I'm back, and thank you for hanging in there, and welcome to the new people that have popped in. RLC, thank you for sending me the revised map there. I am going to push it on live right now. That way we can have a look at it. I did not get a chance to zoom it in. But it is looking pretty good, so we'll have a look at it, and we'll go from here. Grow Scotland, welcome. Smoking Joking, welcome. Glad to see that you guys are in here. And yeah, that's kind of the general layout here of that good map. And I'm gonna have to try to do a little zooming in because unfortunately the screen that I get to look at it on is a little bit small, so I'll have to see what I can do to zoom that in a bit, and I'll do that in a few minutes here, just to see. But looking at it, you can definitely see where the flow rates are pushing now. And that's interesting. Okay. And where the cameras are located. Okay, and I see there's on the west side of it, it's looking pretty good. So hang on, let me flip back to normal so I can write on it. We'll get it into one here. Whoa, hang on, it put the wrong page back up here. Okay. Yeah, so right now we're seeing a lot of activity. Whoa, I guess it won't let me write on it yet. I didn't set that yet. Okay, we'll try that later when I get zoomed in a little bit more. But that is actually a very cool looking map. Thanks, RLC. Appreciate that. And it looks good. So let me see if I can get... where am I here? Need to get myself back in so I can see my chat. Wow. Okay, thank you everyone for joining. For those who have just joined us, I'm DrFox2000, Doc for short. Not a geologist, just an amateur geologist and a prospector. Love volcanoes and also like technology. So I do streaming, and here we are. How long the eruption will keep going? Welcome, Brett, and that is actually a very good question, and to be honest, no one really knows what's going to happen. Because this is a vent coming from deep down, 15 to 20 kilometers down into the mantle. That could stay open for literally years, or it could shut down tomorrow. And we have seen where it went into a real null or lull a couple days ago, where fairly early in the morning the flow almost completely stopped, and by around noon or 1 o'clock everything was back to normal, so it picked up again. So something obviously happened, but you know, the possibilities are really endless. I mean, yes or no, we could have it tomorrow, or we could have it for 10 more years. And it would be really cool and interesting to see it growing for 10 years. And I'm, thinking at the rate it's growing, we'll have another Mount Fuji on our hands or something like that. But it's pretty cool. Oh, you sent a zoomed in version. Okay, let me see if I can retrieve that real quick. And okay, getting something there. All right. All right, yeah, that looks a little more zoomed in. That'll be a little easier to work with here. So thanks for that. I appreciate it. And it's a little easier when somebody else does it, and you know, when I'm trying to do things, and I wish I had the time during the day to prep all these things. So, but I do appreciate you sending that over. Thanks, LRC or RLC. Well, Trout Mubbles, dyslexia's kicking in. Balking tackwards, getting my merge wixed. I know, that's all crazy. Okay, the other one on the screen here, that's zoomed in a little bit. I will find it. There it is. Okay, I did find it, and we will kill the other one and make that one bigger. And it'll be slightly disproportional, but we'll make it fit the screen here, so you won't notice much difference. Okay, so let's push that live so you can see that map in a little more of a zoomed in method. And there you go, it's on the screen now. And I'm going to switch back to classic mode here in my stuff. I just want to make sure this is locked there, that way it doesn't leave on me. And no, it doesn't want to let me write on it yet. We'll copy that, remove it, and then repaste it and see if it works. All right. Yep, now the whiteboard's working. Okay. So I'm looking at that map. I see the extra blue arrows that are on there, and that's indicating, I'm assuming that's indicating new flow that you've got over here on the up in the northeast, and also new flow on that side. So that's pretty cool. And are we twisted around here? No, we're not twisted around. Well, I don't know if you really want to call it 6 vents in that sense, but out by flow there's a couple new ones there. So that's up on the top. The ones I just circled. We got Ulf in the middle here. Sif right there. And of course this is Bob down on the bottom. And again, I apologize to any Icelandic people if you find those names offensive. I don't mean to be rude. It's just I don't know what else to call them. Okay. Anyway, that looks pretty good, so I hope it's pretty clear to you guys. Anyway, I'm gonna put it back on to our flow here so we can see what's going I am a doctor of foxes. I will tell you how I got the name Dr. Fox, okay, and I will try to do it very briefly. I used to live up on the north end of the city in an apartment, and from my apartment, of course, off, if I was on my balcony, I could view off to the northeast across the way there. They had the big garbage can, and there was a shopping cart that was teetering up on the side of the garbage can, and there was something underneath there. Anyway, a female fox went and she tried to get that food, and the shopping cart fell down on top of her and basically trapped her in there. So I thought, well, I'm going to go out and rescue her. And anyway, when I got out there, I noticed that she looked like she had given birth not too long ago, and that she was feeding little ones. And I did bring out a little bit of balloony so I could keep her at the other end of the cage or the shopping cart while I try lifting it up and over so I get rid of it. So anyway, that is what got me started at it, and because I was feeding her, and I got rid of the shopping cart, and she actually stuck around, and she would come back every evening, and I would feed her. And then the weekend came along, and I figured I'm going to go follow her and see where she goes. And I found the den, and she actually let me get fairly close. She had 4 kits in the den, and that was great to see. And anyway, this kept on going for a few weeks. And then I came home one day, and because of where we lived there, and had a fairly busy street, and I seen an animal that had been hit by a car on the side of the road, and I was a little dismayed and felt heartbroken, and I went and checked, and yes, it was her. And so I kind of thought, okay, we got to do something with the 4 kits. And so I went and got myself a box and got them out of their little den, and I took them out to an animal rescue out by Elk Island Park, and they got put into a nice new home in the wild. And I did go out to visit them and see how they progressed. And the name Dr. Fox actually came from one of the ladies that was working there at the animal rehabilitation place, and I thought that was great, and that kind of stuck, and that was back in 2000, and so I'm sticking with that name, DrFox2000. There you go, but call me Doc for short. Anyway, getting back to our volcano, since we are so far off our topic, it's just awesome looking tonight. Looks like it's getting a little bit steamier or cloudy there. I'm not sure what exactly is going on, but that's what kind of looking like to me here. I'm going to flip the cameras here. They're trying to get a better view on the other one. We'll see if they can zoom that back in and clear it up, because it looks pretty fuzzy right now on that cam anyway. We'll put it back over here. Actually, all of them look fuzzy right now. What the heck is going on with these guys? Yeah, we'll leave it on this one. So anyway, I'm trying to get back to seeing what we've got happening here. Okay, so it's completely breached the ridge and completely encircled the area by the fourth vent. Okay, that see, that's what I was kind of thinking, that hey, I could be a foxy doctor, but don't let that get around, Diane. But yeah, RLC, that's right. The if it's I'll this one when I go to this one view that it happens. So I wonder if it's the view. So I'm gonna try going back to this one here and see if it picks up. As soon as it switches, we'll find out. But that's so fuzzy. Oh. Yeah, it went back. So being on that other view is not good for it. It seems to like to go up and down. But it's going up and down anyway right now. So we're having a little bit of fun. Little bit of fun with the bit rates, and I do apologize. Thanks, Diane. I do think it should be a few more up there. So if you haven't hit that like button already, please, by all means, do give it a quick shot, and let's see if we can push it up a few more. Since I'm seeing it at 52 on this screen here, but then again, things can take a few seconds to update and upgrade or whatever they need to do. Yeah, right now they're messing with the camera views, and I'm trying to look for the best one here, and seems to be that everything has gotten fuzzy. I don't know why they made them all fuzzy. Fuzzy from a distance. So I like to have things a little more zoomed in, I think. Yeah, I think we're also getting some smoke blowing directly at the camera, and that's probably giving them a hard time trying to be able to focus with it. That was the same scenario what we were facing the other day. Just looking at the view of Bob here, I'm seeing off to the left-hand side, and I don't know if I'm going to be able to draw in here, a funny-looking light, and I do believe that is Sif over here. So if that's Sif, he's not flowing very good, but you can see the occasional spurt coming out from underneath here. So pretty cool, and we'll clear that. It's also end of night over there, so that does not help either, I think. Yeah, it is technically, it's now day 25, if you want to call it that. But because we started streaming in day 24, that's what we're going to leave on the screen. But yes, it is now 6 minutes after midnight over there in Iceland. So we are actually on the 13th over there, whereas it's still the 12th here, which is still cool though. I like it. All right. I see you got a few more of the good thumbs up there. That's great stuff. Thank you all. I appreciate that. I just wish we had a little better view now. It's a shame they moved all of them. Let's see what happens when I put this guy back on. If the bitrate starts diving, I'm going to switch it back. But no, looks all right. Yeah, it's interesting though to see now that the levels are starting to come up a little bit. You know, that valley, the original the Dingadalish Valley is pretty much filled, right? So it's had its full share of the 6.7 million cubic meters of material that's been poured into it. So now the stuff coming from flow and sift that's not going down into the other valley, Miradalish. The stuff that's not going to the northeast, of course, is going to have to flow somewhere, and it's going to keep coming back over into the original valley and basically level things out. So the whole floor is going to come up as it increases, right? So that's what we're looking at. Okay, just had to get a quick little drink there, which is unfortunate, but it is coming back up. I run the better cam, but it's still showing that the bit rate is too low. So if we get a little closer, yeah, it's coming up slowly, guys. So if it is buffering, I do apologize, but it's kind of something beyond my control here, and I do believe it's happening down the wire somewhere, down the fiber somewhere, and there's a problem. So that's what I'm thinking it is. And yeah, that's an awful fuzzy picture that they've got there. I wish they could get a little better focus. It wouldn't take much to tweak it, you know. Mind you, it's hard for them to get the cameras done remotely. But anyway, going through the views here. So I did want to put it back on the that revised view. Okay, let's see. I noticed the bit rate changed when I put that one on. Okay, but it is popping back up. So here's the revised map, and RLC was kind enough to do that up for us real quick. You found a clear live stream. Okay. I will have to go see which one it is. I have several open here right now, so let me just take a look. The thing is I have to be careful which one it's coming from, because ruv.is is a public feed, and then when we start getting into others, we end up getting into a different scenario. Anyway, so that map shows you a pretty good view of what the new area is like, and I'm going to put our volcano back up here so we can see that. And so from left to right, basically over on the far left, the big one there is our original volcano. Then you see the small cone in the just about in the middle there, with just a very low glow on the top of it, and that's what we are referring to as SIF. And I think SIF is a cone builder, but don't tell anybody that. I think he's playing with everybody, and he's building a cone so he looks better than the rest of them. And then next to that you have Wolf, which is our newest guy, and off to the far right-hand side, that guy over there is a flow, or I don't know if that's a guy or a girl, whatever. That volcano over there, or portion of fissure, is flow. And as you can see, there's some pretty awesome flow coming out of there. But it is on both sides of the ridge that it's distributing its material. So it's very interesting because these things are up on that ridge. So we've got some of it flowing back into the original Geldingdalish Valley, and then the other portions are flowing into Meradalish, which is to the northeast. And just to show real quick on the map, there you can see where the flow is actually going. So it's kind of cool. Actually, if I draw on that, so what we seen there, so we seen a little bit coming down here like this, but we also seen some stuff that's flowing on that side. So, and I don't know if it's actually heading that way, right? That's kind of what we're assuming, that it's going, because this is higher land on the top side, even though it is a plateau. So interesting flow out of there. Sif is playing hide and seek. Well, I think kind of what he's doing, he's not ejecting it very far, but he's building up a taller cone, and it's a nice cone. It's got a nice pyramid, or sorry, triangular shape, I should say. You know, it's a really, really decent looking cone, and I think that's pretty cool. I wish we could see some aerial footage of it, since it's grown. That would really, really be nice. I think that would be cool to look at. But right now, I mean, what we're seeing on the screen is pretty cool. Definitely like that lava flow off on the right-hand side. And of course, we can see the original volcano Bob over on the left-hand side. And you can see the outflow from it. Now, before, a few days ago, that valley still had some space in it, and you couldn't see that from this angle. You couldn't see any of that extra flow that is coming out of Bob. And so Bob is laying down a lot of material in front of him, and then Wolf is also draining over into the same valley as Bob, as the same as Sif. I don't think Sif is pushing so much out. Like I said, he's playing coy, and he's building his cone is what he's doing. But flow on the right-hand side certainly is contributing to everything, flowing in both directions, into the northeast Meradalish, as well as back into Geldingdalish. I hope I'm going to get those names said correctly eventually. I will learn. But anyway, I hope everyone's enjoying the evening, and enjoying looking at some of these. Not the best views tonight due to where they've left our cameras at, but I'm not in control of them, so kind of hard to say. I think what they're trying to accomplish with this shot, of course, Bob being right in the middle there, and you can see Sif on the left-hand side. So somewhere underneath that there's a nice looking cone. Just like a delta or triangle. So pretty, if you ask me. Anyway, that's the view, and the smoke, of course, looks like it's pretty much coming this way towards the camera, so that creates a little bit of a problem. Um, okay, well, you're welcome, Jolie. See, another little break. The picture shirt. Let's see if we change pictures here, if that's going to change anything. Yeah, let's bring it back up. All right, so that one's working better. If we leave it on a little closer, it looks a little fuzzy, but give me a few minutes. I will be back. Okay, guys? Thanks. Just to make a real quick comment, Jolie, the reason that it's buffering is because the bit rate or transmission rate is being restricted. It's not allowing the channel to flow or the data to flow as quickly as possible. So that's what it is, and it's an intermittent thing, and it goes up and down, and it's kind of beyond my control. But that's what it was. Anyway, just figured I'd explain that real fast. I'll be back in a few. Okay, so I turned the microphone back on and we'll yak a little bit more. Just reading back to some of these statements. RLC, I see you said, anyone see the footage of the plane landing this morning right next to the vents? Absolute nutter was lucky to get back off the ground. RLC, some of those stall aircraft, you really don't need a lot of runway. And I've watched stall competitions before, and you know, when a guy can turn around and set a two-seater airplane down within 9 feet of a rollout, that is pretty awesome. And is 9'10", I think, is the world record, which is just absolutely crazy. And these guys can take off in 10 or 11 feet. They can sit there, rev up, and basically, literally, you know, just about standing still. It'll lift. Just switch around here, see if it'll. That's it's this time of day, I think, is part of the problem. We've got people at home smacking wires together or something, and probably hacking the the system, trying to get free cable or free internet. You never know. And we'll go back over and see. There we go. It's a little bit better. Even that picture's gotten a little bit fuzzier. I don't know. The feeds, I'm gonna have to see what I can do with getting better feeds from these guys. You know, we are at 1080 at 60 frames a second. I don't know why it's looking so fuzzy, but 9'10" from touchdown to wheel stop. Even for a stall aircraft, that is incredible. Yes, Kim, it's to me, when I seen that, I thought, no, that's not possible. But I watched it with my very own eyes, and I shook my head, and that's what they're doing, man. These guys know how to do it, and these aircraft are designed to do that. They're designed to be able to take off quickly and land take off in a very short runway and land in a very short runway. And the landing gear and everything is in such a configuration of that you can land on some pretty darn hard surfaces. The first time I actually ever seen a stall aircraft running, that the guy landed up on top of a hill, and I'm looking at this, I thought he was going to crash into the hill, and he sets her down, and then he turns around, and like this is on a hill going uphill a little bit, and he's at the crest, he spins it around and he goes right back down, and within 10 feet or 15 feet he was already airborne again and just flies away. Like, it's just absolutely incredible to see those. But they call them stall aircraft, STOL. So short takeoff and landing. That's basically what it stands for. Anyway, it's really, really cool to see that kind of thing. Now that would be something worthwhile streaming if a guy gets into it. So I'd love to be able to go and stream one of them. Anyway, flipping back through here, we're looking pretty good. Bitrate did come back up, so we're not so bad off. And been streaming now for an hour and a half. Today will only be a 2-hour stream. So 7 p.m. Mountain Daylight Time here, I will be shutting it down because it is a work day. And I have to tend to my bunnies and also make myself some. And I'm sure again, yeah, it's dropped right down again. That's crazy. Please, please. It's coming back up slowly. Well, thank you, Gary. I appreciate that. I try to make it happen, and you know, it doesn't always work out to the best. RLC, thank you very much for sending that revised layout. I do appreciate that. And it makes it a little bit more understandable for people. And we'll actually just clear that. So just wanted to say thanks again for that. So that's all cool. And yes, the bitrate is going back up, so it should stop buffering for you guys. And yeah, so the ridge line where the actual fissure is something like this, right? So the original fissure was from about here to here. When we seen it, it could have been a little bit further here, but anyway, I thought, yeah, it would have been somewhere around this point. I thought what was going to happen was that this was going to go big originally, like this area here, as well. This guy here, this higher, it'll get buried. Yeah, I hope that. I like seeing the map too, and I see it's buffering again. Sorry, guys. Hey, that almost looks like. I'm hoping the bitrate picks back up here. It looks like it's going back up. I really do need to find out what the heck is causing it. So we'll see what happens. Maybe it's trying to run too many things all at the same time. I don't know. Okay, we're getting back up there, so the buffering should be going away. Thanks, Valerie, for liking that map. We can thank RLC, and good night, RLC. Thanks for the map. Appreciate the updatedness and the zoomed in version. That definitely helped. So yeah, following the fault line. Yeah, and the fault line is more or less, it's right on top of the ridge. So when we look at some of the shots here, you know, we can see the flow happening from both directions. So if in this picture that I'm on right now, so this is the stuff that's coming this is going into Meridalish, and then I think this, the second flow here, this one as well, it's probably going into Meridalish, but it looks like on the other side, this stuff over here, that's flowing down that direction back into the original valley. And everything from this fella here, Ulf as we call him, is also flowing down in that direction. And this fine little volcano wannabe is just pretending to be there and building himself a nice cone. So we'll see what happens in the future with SIF. But that should give you a little bit more of an idea of which direction things are flowing, and hopefully when you look at a map like this, then you can understand what it's doing. And so the outflow right now is coming out like this. Okay, so we're getting that, and then it's also flowing out over here, going in that direction. And then the flow from here, I don't know if it's going way over or if it's coming back this way. So that kind of gives you a general idea of where things are flowing. And of course, from the original ones, everything is filling up in the original valley there. So now we also noticed this area here. This is a low point, or once it starts pouring out, it's going to, this could go this way, or depending on where it flows, it could also go around this little hill over here. Sorry, I should have drawn that a little bit more like that. And then we have on the other side here, where his blue arrow is, that's the other flow out of there. Now that will, that could go in two directions. It could go continue that way, or there's another out place where it can flow out over there. I don't know if we can see it on the other map. Yeah, we can see it. Let's see if my whiteboard will work on here. Yeah, should. No, whiteboard doesn't work on here. Anyway, down at the bottom of the purple area, you'll notice just as it goes to the, if you go down and to the east there, there's kind of a low spot. And it could flow out of there, okay? Or keep going in slightly southwest direction. So that's kind of the thought pattern there. Anyway, we'll go back to the other maps here, and we'll see, or the other views, and see what's actually going on. And running at, I guess we're 1 hour and 40 minutes now into the stream. I was only going to run 2 hours today, just so everyone is aware of that, due to work and other things that I still need to attend to here. And okay, you'll need jinxing, or what? You keep jinxing myself. Someone hacked your account. And they're stealing all my bits. They've hacked my account and they're stealing my bits. Well, bedtime for me. Okay, have a nice night, everyone. Okay, Kim, you take care. Have a good night and sleep well. And we'll see you maybe tomorrow on the next stream. Richard Wooster, thank you. Appreciate that. And let's see if we can. They've mixed me here. There might be keeper. It's unable to focus very well. Yeah, that's what the problem is. Okay, and my bitrate went for yo-yo again. Good evening, Lane Wilson. Canadian connectivity is the worst in the world. You know, I'm almost going to agree with you there. You know, because that's kind of my feeling. But there are places that have worse. Definitely do have worse than what we do here in Canada. But it doesn't help when you're running a stream and you know you have things start happening. It's a little depressing when you know and you realize that hey, this isn't working. You know, it's not looking as good as you want it to, and that to me is a little bit heartbreaking. But hey, you can only do so much, right? And we do what we can. Um, and of course, having multiple streams running at the same time probably kind of messes the system up a little bit more too. So it's interesting though, but it does. Anyway, throat's getting dry again, guys. I'll be back in a couple of minutes. Okay, don't go anywhere. Okay, I figured I'd pop back in real quick so we don't lose out too much here. And yeah, just looking at the awesome display of what's coming out of flow there. It's looking pretty good. And I'm glad to see that Bob has kind of rekindled himself today. That flow out of there is probably back to 5 meters per second, if not a little bit more now. Just from that one, and then whatever we have coming out of flow, which may be somewhere close to 4 or 5 meters as well, and then probably a couple meters coming out of Wolf. So, your total, you're probably getting 10 cubic meters per second flowing out of everything. And again, that's just a rough ballpark or a guess, because of course I'm not there to be able to measure it, and I haven't seen any info or papers on it otherwise. So if anybody's got any other knowledge on the flow rate, by all means, do speak up. We'd love to hear from you. Hey, hi, Ronnie. Thanks for stopping in. Good to see you there. But yeah, we've got a pretty decent flow coming out of there. Flow coming out of flow. That's fantastic. So again, for those people that weren't familiar, this is the one where everybody seems to be calling Bob over here. Our little triangle in the middle here is Sif. And they named it Ulf. Yesterday, Ulf was doing other things. He had more lava on this side than he does now, so he's flowing to the other direction. And this is good old flow down here at the end. And flow is now pushing lava into two valleys. So it's going into the original Gelding Gadalish. Gelding Dal. Anyway, into the original one, and then it's also flowing over into Meridalish on the northeast side. So that's what's happening with where it's going, and it looks pretty awesome. So that gives you an idea anyway of where the things are. Okay, well, now you have the names, and I'm still not clear. Those, and Valerie, please, just so you know, those are names, like the original name Bob was a simpler or simplified version of saying Galding Gadalish. Okay, which is obviously Icelandic. It refers to the valley that it's in there, and I'm not trying to be rude. It's just very, very difficult to pronounce Icelandic words, and I'm still not sure if I'm actually saying it correctly. According to Google Translate, that's I am saying it right, but I still have to, Google's never always right? So, looks like gases are building up in Iceland. No wind flow for flow. Yeah, I think that might be what's going on. Everything is sort of sitting stagnant there and not really moving away. Number from left to right. Yeah, so if we number them from, like, okay, Bob was number 1, Flo was number 2, and Sif was number 3, and Wolf is the 4th one. Now, these 3 here are all on the same fissure, okay, and that runs across somewhere up in here. And when this originally opened up, it basically had lots of flow over in this area, this being the newest area, but we did have flow going that way as well as this way. And now it's going down the hill and then also back into the original valley on the backside. I'll get all my scribble back off the screen so you can actually see what we're looking at. So, yesterday we had a lot more flow coming from Ulf out front here. So a lot of this area out front was starting to flow down. I don't know how far it actually got. I'll have to look back and see if I can figure that out. But we had some flow there. All of the English names originated on a different channel, by the way. I am a viewer here or there. It's just a common thing to say. Okay. Well, lightning strike. I will say okay, for the most part, yes. The names that were coming along there. Actually, they were trying real hard to call it its real name, and then in one of my first or second stream, we jokingly called it Bob and Bob Jr. And I had written that on the screen, and it was basically, I do believe it was one of these pictures, and I had done that, just put Bob up there, right? And then Bob Jr. on this side. Because Bob Jr. was really small at the time. Bob Jr. So that's what we called him originally, right? But just to show you what that was like, though, from back in the day, I can show you the footage from that we had way back when. Oh, whiteboard, need to clear that out. And see if we can find that footage. Where is it? Where is it? It could have been one of these here. I thought I had labeled it a little bit differently. Give me a second, I will find it. It's in here somewhere. Seem to have displaced that footage. Okay. I will find it. Okay, let's put us back to the other screen though. We'll push that live. And I'm gonna find that footage. I had it here somewhere. Okay, I found my footage I was referring to, so I'm going to push that live just so you get the idea of what it was and what it is now. And this was from day one, okay? This was our very first day of the volcano, and it was a pretty good scene. And if we replay that, it's all right. Having a rough time getting to the thing again. All right. Anyway, that's the video. Why is it not working? But that's what the original thing looked like. So the lava is up around the edges now. This is built up somewhat like that. Well, maybe a little bit higher in the backside. And then our cone is there and here right now. So there was actually two little vents. This other one just got taller, right? So that's kind of how the thing happened. Anyway, just figured I'd throw that back on there. And one of the other views here real quick, and I think the best one is probably our side shot right now. I am about 3 or less than 3 minutes away from my 2-hour mark. And yes, actually, lightning strike. It is. It's amazing, you know, when we go back and we look at that original footage and then move on to what is there now. It's fantastic, and I would just wish we had better daytime views. So far, you know, every time I've checked, we kind of sort of got skunked with the weather for the daytime views, and I want to have a really clear daytime shot like what we did on the original one, right? So on the original first day. it would have been really cool to see that. That way you can do actual comparisons on screen, and it will look a heck of a lot better. If it's buffering right now, the bit rate did go back up, guys, so it should be okay. And right to the end of the stream here, but I am going to shut it down in another minute or so anyway. I still have to tend to my bunnies and go make myself some supper and do some paperwork, and you know, the list is endless. So it was really nice to be able to throw in a foot. Unfortunately, stealing my bit. And please, if you did like it, hit that thumbs up. Also, if you want to see more, we'll be back tomorrow night, pending work, because I am on call. But we should be on between 5 and 5:30 should be the start time. And again, if you're subscribed and you hit that bell, you get the notification, that kind of thing. So everything is cool that way. Thank you everyone for joining tonight, and have a great evening, a great day, and hope that you're all going to come back tomorrow. Take care, everyone. Thank you, and good night.